Hey, what's up guys, it's Renaldo here. So by now I'm sure you've seen the Milnerton High School bullying video that has gone viral on social media and on WhatsApp. And I'm not going to show it here out of respect for the pupil. But in essence, what happens, it's a 16-year-old child that is being bullied by 8 other pupils that I think is all older than him. And they hit him with a hockey stick, with a pipe, and with a piece of wood over his backside and his lower back. And clearly he asked them to stop throughout, and they just refused to listen. So in essence, a clear-cut bullying case. And since then, what has happened is the school has suspended these pupils pending an investigation. The Western Cape Education Department has launched their own investigation, and a case has been opened at the SAPS. So the principal has done everything that they should have done. The provincial education department has done everything that they should have done, and the SAPS are busy investigating it. So everything is going according to plan. However, political parties thought that they'd use this opportunity to now go and march to the school and demand that things need to change, which they are actually taking place right now. Because with all due respect, you can only deal with the bullying incident when you become aware of it. And the way that the school became aware of this was through a video that went viral on social media. And I believe that they acted very, very quickly, considering how long other schools have taken to respond to allegations like this. But of course, we know that this is politicking. We know that these political parties just act like they care and they want to go and score political points. So the EFF, of course, they love schools for some weird reason. I mean, I think that there's something weird going on here when a political party is so obsessed with young children. But let me leave it there. But anyway, this is them marching. Yeah. I don't know why they're holding their hands up like that. But as you can see, roughly about 70 or 80 EFF people marching. And then, of course, you have to ask the question, so what was the point of them marching there when they already know that the principal has done everything, the education department has done everything, and the SAPS is busy investigating it? Well, we all knew this was going to happen, and this is what they wanted. So this is what happened, a couple of hours later after they arrived at the school. Now, let me just take this opportunity once again to show you over here who are the people right in the front. EFF, 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 and EFF, as you can clearly see there. That's right. So clearly the EFF went to the school because, whenever the EFF goes to a school, then they have to start a riot. They have to start fighting with the police, and they have to make sure that every media house covers that they were there and that they did something. They obviously didn't add any value because the only thing that they went to go and do there was to start causing cuck at a school. Once again, it seems the EFF is obsessed to showing the youth what violence looks like and how you can't reason like an adult. But hey, don't worry about it. Mainstream media, especially News 24, jumped on this bandwagon very quickly too, and now they are blaming the parents. That's right, as you can see here, update, chaos at Milnerton High as police use stun grenades on protesting parents. That's interesting. So are all these people in red over here parents? This is just once again another sensationalist headline by a vile mainstream media organization. It's very clear to see that that mainstream media is trying to make this bigger than what it really is. And the same with political parties. The EFF once again at a high school and causing cuck outside. We've got so many examples of them going to schools and protesting, and then it turns violent, and then they just continue, and nobody says anything. And then, of course, mainstream media jumping in and now associating the parents with this protest. There might have been a different protest where the teachers and the parents were speaking to one another, as well as the principal, where they handed a memorandum over to them. But I mean, I can bet you that 99% of the parents there weren't involved with this protest that the EFF initiated. And as you could see from that video, the people in the front that were sucking cock with the SAPS was not parents. That were people in EFF t-shirts. They were wearing EFF shirts. It's clear as day. But instead of mainstream media reporting accurately on this, of course, they will look for sensationalist headlines, because that is the only way that they can stay relevant. So ultimately, all I've got to say is, if those 8 individuals are all involved, they should be suspended. I saw that there are a couple of rugby players that might have played for the junior Springboks, or they might have gone to trials for the junior Springboks. They should lose that right. There's no place in the Springboks for bullies. The people that form part of the Springboks are men amongst men, and men don't bully. It's as simple as that. So these 8 individuals, if they are found guilty, they need to be suspended from the school. They are of that age to know that they are bullying. It's not like toddlers, calling each other stupid names. No, this is, you're actually causing grievous bodily harm to somebody. So these young students need to learn a hard lesson. I mean, of course, I don't think they need to get criminal records, but they need to be suspended. They need to be stopped from playing sport, and there needs to be a punishment. A clear message needs to be sent out to say that bullying is not okay. And if you are a bully, you are an idiot. The obvious question is, what punishment is adequate for these youngsters? Well, you don't want to ruin their lives. You want to teach them a valuable lesson. And I believe if they are suspended from the school, and if they're not allowed to go for trials for the Springboks or for their provincial rugby side, or whatever sport they are playing, or banned for 5 years, I think that is adequate. Because bullying should never, ever be acceptable and should never be accepted by society. It's also very clear that something needs to be said about political parties that continue to rally outside of schools when something goes wrong. I think we need to pass a law that political parties may never ever be close to a school or protest outside of a school, because we have seen what happens time and time again when political parties go and march outside of a school. Also, mainstream media needs to be held accountable for the bullshit headlines that they consistently post to make a situation a lot worse than what it really is. But then again, this is South Africa and everything goes, it seems. And that's pretty much all I got to say. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to smash that like button. Please be sure to subscribe. Share this video far and wide. And if you enjoy my content and you enjoy this channel, please consider becoming a member. You can do so by clicking the join button below. And that's all I got to say. Till later. Cheers and peace out.
You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say I went my massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say I went my massacre. My massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say I went my massacre. My massacre.